When The Sixth Sense premiered in 1999, audiences had no idea they were about to witness one of the most quietly devastating and brilliantly constructed thrillers in modern cinema. Directed by Night Shyamalan and starring Bruce Willis, Haley Joel Osment, Toni Collette, and Donnie Wahlberg, The Sixth Sense became a cultural phenomenon. It wasn't loud. It wasn't filled with jump scares. Instead, it was restrained, emotional, and hauntingly intimate. And beyond its legendary twist, the film hides layers of secrets that make it even more extraordinary. What many people don't know is that the story almost looked completely different. Shyamalan's earliest concept wasn't about ghosts at all. The original idea followed a crime photographer disturbed by the violent images he captured. It was grounded in realism and psychological darkness rather than the supernatural. But during development, Shyamalan realized he wanted to explore something deeper: loneliness, grief, and the desperate need to be understood. That shift led to the story of a child psychologist and a boy who sees dead people. That creative pivot transformed a potential crime thriller into a deeply emotional supernatural drama, and that single decision changed cinema history. The film might never have been made at all, if not for a bold executive decision. Disney executive David Vogel believed in the script so strongly that he approved its purchase, without waiting for full corporate authorization. That choice cost him his job. Yet the film went on to gross over $670 million worldwide, becoming one of the most profitable thrillers of its time. His gamble ultimately helped create a masterpiece. One of the film's most chilling details is the visible breath that appears when ghosts are near. That wasn't CGI. The production team lowered the temperature on set to near freezing so the actor's breath would naturally show on camera. The cold you see is real. The actors were genuinely shivering, and that physical discomfort added authenticity to every haunted moment. Casting also could have changed everything. Before Haley Joel Osment landed the role of Cole Sear, many young actors auditioned, including Michael Cera. But Osment brought a stillness and emotional weight far beyond his years. He didn't play fear in a typical way. Instead of acting terrified, he focused on sadness and isolation. That subtle performance is one reason the character feels so heartbreakingly real. Toni Collette's transformation into Lynn Sear also included a hidden detail. Throughout the film, she wore a carefully designed wig to give her a worn, exhausted appearance. It helped visually communicate the struggle of a single mother barely holding her life together while trying to understand her son. Bruce Willis didn't originally pursue the role of Dr. Malcolm Crowe. Due to a contractual obligation from a previous Disney project that fell apart, he was required to take on the film. What began as a studio arrangement turned into one of the most restrained and powerful performances of his career. His quiet, internalized acting style gave Malcolm a vulnerability audiences hadn't often seen from him before. Donnie Wahlberg's appearance in the opening scene remains unforgettable. To portray Vincent Gray, he lost more than 40 pounds, creating a gaunt, fragile look that shocked even Bruce Willis on set. Though his screen time is brief, his transformation leaves a lasting impact that sets the emotional tone of the entire story. Throughout the film, the color red appears in key moments: door handles, clothing, objects, and subtle background details. These aren't random design choices. Red signals moments when the worlds of the living and the dead intersect. Once you notice it, you see it everywhere. It's visual storytelling at its finest. The opening scene contains the twist, hidden in plain sight. Malcolm is shot. The screen fades. Then it simply says the next fall. There's no hospital, no recovery, no explanation. The film quietly moves forward, trusting the audience not to question the gap. The truth is shown immediately, but the storytelling is so confident that viewers accept what they think they see. The line "I see dead people" almost didn't survive studio notes. Executives worried it sounded corny. Shyamalan insisted on keeping it, understanding that it wasn't meant to shock but to reveal vulnerability. The line became one of the most quoted in film history. Another subtle technique involves temperature. Every ghost encounter is accompanied by a drop in heat. The air grows cold before spirits appear. The audience subconsciously learns this pattern, creating tension before anything visible happens. The environment becomes a warning system. Sound design also plays a hidden role. Low-frequency tones, barely within human perception, were layered into tense scenes. Viewers couldn't consciously hear them, but their bodies reacted with unease. It's psychological manipulation at its most subtle. One deleted scene nearly pushed the film too far into horror. A hospital basement sequence featuring disturbing apparitions was filmed, but ultimately removed. Shyamalan felt it disrupted the emotional balance and shifted focus away from the story's heart. Malcolm's wardrobe contains another hidden clue. After the opening shooting, he never changes clothes. He remains in variations of a same outfit seen in that first scene. It's a quiet visual signal that he is frozen in time. Shyamalan himself briefly appears as a skeptical doctor examining Cole. His cameo reinforces one of the film's themes, adults dismissing truths they cannot explain. Religious symbolism is woven subtly into the background. In one church scene, Latin text from Psalm 130 appears behind Cole, reading, "Out of the depths I cry to you." The words mirror Cole's silent plea for understanding. The number 6 appears repeatedly in background details, from room numbers to set arrangements, serving as a quiet motif tied to the film's title. The movie was filmed entirely in Philadelphia, Shyamalan's hometown. The city's historic architecture and muted autumn atmosphere give the film its grounded realism. The setting feels lived in and authentic, making the supernatural elements feel plausible rather than exaggerated. When the film was released on DVD in 2000, it became the top-selling home video of the year. Audiences rewatched it obsessively, searching for clues they missed the first time. Viewing the film a second time transforms the experience entirely. Not all critics embraced it initially. Some early reviews called it slow, but word of mouth turned it into a phenomenon. It went on to receive 6 Academy Award nominations, including Best Picture and Best Director, proving that a supernatural story could stand alongside prestige dramas. In one infamous international marketing decision, the Chinese release translated the title in a way that essentially revealed the twist, robbing audiences of the surprise that defined the film elsewhere. Film schools now use the screenplay as a teaching tool. Students analyze its structure, pacing, and subtle foreshadowing to understand how to build a twist that feels earned rather than manipulative. After its success, Hollywood became obsessed with twist endings. Many films attempted to replicate its formula. Few succeeded. What made this story timeless wasn't just the surprise, it was the emotional truth underneath it. Decades later, The Sixth Sense still resonates. It works not just as a ghost story, but as a meditation on grief, communication, and unfinished business. Every color choice, every line of dialogue, every costume detail serves a purpose. It's a masterclass in restraint and emotional storytelling.